to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. If I ever go quiet or, you know, I'm not there for a few days, there's always a good reason. It means I'm busy, it means I'm doing things for my mum, you know, and I'm trying to get as much time in with my grandchildren as well. So we had the first two this weekend, and I've got the other two next weekend. They're only coming. They're only using me for the hot tub. Nana, can we go in the pool? That's what they call it. They're only young. Bless them. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Okay, so we're going to look at Mike Tyndall as the patron of Invictus. I absolutely believe this because for those that have been with me last year will know that I did a reading on Invictus, and I said there was someone going in. Now at first we all thought it was because I said it's his face, you know, there's something with his face that we'll see. There's something with his face. Well, now I know what it is. Okay, so we got Simon, but he didn't want to be in, you know, at this point with Invictus. Now, I don't know Simon's last name, but I do know he's a highly publicised veteran, you know, who raises awareness. Okay, so yeah, so I do believe that this is true. And I also believe it's a way of edging Harry out. But I'm also saying, you know, that as a patron, he gets saying things, okay? So, absolutely believe this. And his face, yeah, it's one we all recognise, isn't it? What an excellent choice. Let's have a look. How does Invictus Games panel feel about Mike Tyndall joining? He ticks all the boxes. He's a sportsman. He's a veteran. He's popular. Okay, so we've got a three-way situation. So we've got Invictus, the management team. We've got Harry there, and we've got Mike Tyndall. You know, it's going to cause, they're aware that it's going to cause a lot of upsetment because Harry wouldn't have been informed until they've done it. I mean, at the end of the day, William and Catherine, as well as Harry, set up that Invictus Games. When it goes wrong and no one's coming, it's, you know, William's fault. Let's have a look then. How does... So, yeah, I think Harry is extremely upset. How does Harry feel about Mike Tyndall being a patron on Invictus? He don't want it, you know. He doesn't want it. He's fought against it. It want anything to do with you, Harry. Wasn't your decision. Again, you know, Harry's not on board with this at all. He's not. He sees it as an obstacle, you know. It's like a pecking order here. So Harry's still trying to hold on to power. Hold on to power. How does Mike Tyndall feel about being a patron? If, you know, he feels like he's going to get a lot of flack, actually, you know, a lot of flack. You go into the game with Harry, and Harry and Meghan are going to try and annihilate you and make you a target. But he's not. And do you know what? Mike Tyndall is very good at handling stress. He's not defensive, neither, okay? So he doesn't... People will expect him to defend himself. He's not going to. It's all about the veterans and... taking it back to where it should have been. Taking it back to the focus on the veterans. I mean, rightly so. Somebody said, do you know who won the Invictus Games? No, I don't. No, I don't. All I know is that the last thing I remember is there walking along with a mobile phone and shorts and slip-on shoes and thinking, you know, I think she'd had a bit, either a drink or... something, or even that she's caught up in the moment, you know, everybody loves me, I should be leading the veterans. Just pure insanity. what will happen as Mike Tyndall is going to go slowly, catch the monkey. You know, he's going to tread carefully for a while. You know, get some things under your, get time under your belt, gather alliances as well. How will the veterans actually feel about Mike Tyndall joining? They're not happy, okay, so they can see like it's bad press, you know. Harry has manipulated the veterans to the extent that he has, okay, so I kind of feel like the veterans feel maybe that a war between Mike Tyndall and Harry might overshine the games. Well, you're wrong there, guys. You know, you're wrong there. Stop supporting, you know, you're loyal to Harry, but stop supporting him. I think a lot of them have already been unhappy as well. You know, it's another royal in the mix. Harry has several people, so if he has like 5 people he speaks to regularly and puts words into the mouth, okay, and these 5 people tell another 5 people, and then, you know, another 5 people, the message gets diluted as it gets through. Maybe the veterans at first see Mike Tyndall as a threat. But how do the veterans feel about Harry? Well, because Mike Tyndall hasn't got post-traumatic stress disorder and he's still got his legs and his arms, you know, and where Harry has demonstrated that he's a bloody victim and traumatised, you know, understands what the veterans have gone through. Look, you got 2 birds whispering in his ear, you know. Harry is whispering in people's ears that this isn't a good thing. How do the veterans feel about Meghan coming along into... That they raise the profile of the Invictus games, you know, that she makes things a success, you know. Every move is not for her, it's for them. They believe that, you know, they like her there. Why do the veterans, you know, cling on to Harry and Meghan? Because they're together, Harry and Meghan. Because there's love, because there's happiness. They're happy with Harry. They're tried and tested, you know. These veterans, because of the traumas, will find change difficult. And new things, you know, they don't like new things and new ideas. Only Harry and Meghan's like, but I suppose in a way they feel safe with Harry. I know that's a silly thing to say, but it's true, you know. The veterans find it difficult to trust others outside of their circle. And they're also seeing Harry's experience with veterans a lot different to Mike Tyndall's. What are the challenges that, you know, Mike Tyndall will face as a patron? Meghan going all out for the attack, you know. So she is focused on Eugenie. She's focused on the Queen, the King, Catherine, William, even their children, Camilla, and now they're going to go after him. So he's on the patron, but she's involved as well. She's still involved. So these 2 are still involved. And they're going to show their loyalty to them. Meghan is going to make Mike Tyndall's life as difficult as possible. And she's going to be nasty about it as well, you know, nasty, 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 vindictive, spiteful, evil. Harry and Meghan want for themselves, they don't want for the veterans. I know we all know that, but, you know, there's a side of help. What will be Mike Tindall's role in Invictus? He'll be separated from Harry and Meghan, so whatever it is that Mike Tindall's doing, it won't be the same as Harry and Meghan. So you don't need 3 people doing the same thing or involved in matters, you know. So I think he'll, you know, he'll visit, what is it, so the different games, you know, that, so you might have hockey in wheelchairs, you might have polo or something, you might have bobsleighing, you know. I don't know, we didn't get a chance to pay attention to the Invictus games, did we? So I think, you know, all in all, he'll build up, but he definitely doesn't want to be involved where Harry and Meghan are concerned. What does the CEO hope for Mike Tindall? That eventually, you know, he'll become the kind of the head of things. You can see him working up, so he'll be targeting things in a separate kind of way, not go on full in, you know, but probably like give encouragement and work with different groups at a time, not everybody. The whole thing, you know, it's not about, this isn't, so the CEO of Invictus, whoever it is hoping for a restructuring of Invictus games, one that benefits the veterans. That'll show his face at this one. And that it's got a real royal, you know, a real royal. I'm not sure that he's a fully working royal, but he is a true sportsman. I watched him with his Mrs. Zara. They make me laugh. I'd sooner watch them than Harry and Meghan. But obviously, as the CEO of Invictus, they know Harry is the draw, you know, and Meghan as well, and that the veterans are on their side. Will veterans warm to Mike Tindall? They will, it'll take time, but, you know, when they start to, it's not a big shift, you know, it's a small shift, pulling away from Harry and Meghan, not just icing them out. So, yeah, they'll be, like, it'll take a while, actually. At least 12 months, you know, 12 months for Mike to get in there. As a patron, then, what is Mike Tindall's job? You know, what is his role to play? Because some veterans are giving up. To lift, you know, the morale as well. So the example would be, you go into Morrison's to buy a tin of baked beans. And that's Mike Tindall going into the shop and getting one veteran. Well, that one veteran won't see, he'll only see the manager if he complains, but he doesn't see, the one veteran on this level does not see management decisions, where the things going, how things operate, how much Harry and Meghan are getting paid, you know, all that kind of thing. So it's taking it slowly. He's not going to take it in a big direction yet. He's got to do his time. He's got to prove himself as well. I think he can turn things around, you know. He wants people to stay. Mike Tyndall wants people to invest. Mike Tyndall will want to raise funds as well, you know. Okay then, so will Mike Tyndall's success in the Invictus Games, given how long, about 18 months, will that kind of, you know, push Harry to change? It'll push Harry right out the bloody door. That's what it will do, okay? Harry will feel threatened, and the more he feels threatened, him and his wife make more mistakes, you know, by being vindictive and putting stuff out there and attacking him. You know, Mike Tyndall can handle this. I'm absolutely certain. But Harry, on the other hand, will fear about losing money as well and being challenged, you know, on what they spend on things, you know, especially Harry and Meghan. Nights out, fancy meals at £1,000 a time, you know, £7,000 hotel nights, you know, 30 grand a day on Meghan's clothing allowance. Yeah, it's all gonna, you know, look, I think they've been warned. The CEO absolutely knows that if things don't change, then they're at risk of going bankrupt. You can have all the money in the world. 20 million apparently we've given, you know. So with that and the immigrants coming over, shipping them to Ireland, whose idea was that? Now Ireland are really pissed off, aren't they? You know, it's only a small place. Going back to the drawing board anyway. So in 18 months, how will Harry feel about Mike Tyndall? Harry knows what's going on here. I think Harry will feel like on the outside, you know, as if other people like the CEO and the panel and the patrons, you know, are all conspiring against him. We've definitely got 18 months. Look at that. 10, 5, 3. 18 months, okay. And Harry will feel like he's on another planet. Do you know what? I think the generous hands with the cash start wiltering away like a dying flower. And it's your own fault, Harry, because you didn't water it. And that's how he will feel. Tyndall is there to stay for the foreseeable future. How does William feel about Mike Tyndall being in the Invictus Games? Well, you know, Harry and Meghan are ruining Invictus Games. It's all right to say it and to think it, but when it comes from, you know, William, who is one of the founding members, he knows this is absolutely, you know, it's a way of Harry and Meghan just getting it out there and loading their shots over to the royal family. You know, look what we did. Harry's so successful. It's damaging. So he believes, you know, I think there's been talk here because we did say the CEO wanted William's help. Well, this is the help he's got, you know. What was the conversation that William and Mike Tyndall had? And the CEO, yeah, about going in and doing stuff. that there was trouble. You know, even the CEO has admitted there is trouble. There's a lot of illegal things going on as well. I mean, you on one hand you've got the veterans smoking and doing stuff, but no, this is more about impropriety. We need to avoid full-on bankruptcy here, you know, and William knows that this is where it's heading, and the CEO knows it's not right, you know, it's, but they don't feel, the CEO doesn't feel that they're able to take on Harry and Meghan, so the change is going to come slowly within, and I can't say it enough times in this reading, Mike Tyndall has got the bottle. It's such a mess, that's what William said. There's such a mess. There's a real bad situation coming on. We need to avoid it. It's, you know, it includes going bankrupt. It includes, you know, breaking the laws. It includes lying to the public, you know. And the CEO just doesn't feel that he could do it on his own. How does the CEO see Harry and Meghan and their involvement? Time to do something different, you know. It was a fool, all these promises that these two made, and it's come to nothing. It's come to nothing. People are turning away from Invictus. They're not joining. So now, you know, the CEO feels like Harry's making a fool out of him. And he's going to have to, you know, this is like a journey that no one really wants to make because it's unknown. But, you know, we had to do something. We had to do something. And that is the CEO. What did the CEO say to William the last time they spoke? Harry's wrecking the place, you know. He's destroying the reputation and the name and the actual, you know, the purpose. Just like, you can't get through to Harry, you can't reason with Harry, you know, he's impaired all the time, he's either, you know, doing one thing or smoking the other thing, and he's reckless, his attitude is reckless. So this guy is really, really, it's not just the CEO, it's a small few as well. It's breaking us, you know, it's destroying us, it's wrecking us. And I have to say, Invictus Games isn't what it used to be. It's a Harry and Meghan show, and they're muscling in, and that has, you know, caused a few ruptions as well. No one would ever have agreed to Meghan parading, okay? No one would have done that. No one. It seems, you know, some people right now, it's like when you're in a job and you loved your old boss because they'd let you get away with murder, and then a professional one comes in and you can't stand him, you know, you think, oh, I don't like him, I don't like him. You call hell out of him. And then all of a sudden, like 6 months on or a year long, things have changed subtly, but for the better, you know. And so now you have a newfound respect for that boss, you know, but it does take a lot of time and effort as well, and not backing down, you know. Mike Tyndall won't back down. He's got William's support, he's got King's support, you know. We all know what a mess Harry is. Okay, really pleased with that. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye.